terrific. Here we are then, Northampton, straightening it up. You'll notice that I've got some new sunglasses because I watched a video back from last week and you know, it was a fashion crisis. The orange just weren't happening, was it? So straight on Amazon, got myself some nice green ones. So the pits are filled right up here, and obviously the main thing about today is it's shale and we've got a new tyre. Let's have a quick look at the tyre. You'll notice it's got a lot more grip on it. Let's have a look. So yeah, a lot more grooves, chucks out the shit, a bit more grip on the corner. I have noticed that it's a bigger tyre than all my others, and but when I tried it out at Stoke, it weren't particularly wet, but I noticed if you went wide, usually you lose loads of ground because it slides and you've got no grip. With this tyre, it seemed to have a lot of grip, and you could get a good drive out and keep up, so you don't really lose too much time if you get put wide. But obviously not had a proper race with it, that was just practice. So we'll see how it goes today, and I'll give it a review after. I may absolutely hate it, because last year I won the shale shifter on the original tyre, which I'm happy about before the new one coming. So if I don't do very well, I'm definitely blaming the tyre. So last meeting I forgot to mention one of my sponsors, very sorry, but now you're getting your very own mention. On my front wing here, antique vintage retro shop. Got all shops online, buy all the vintage stuff that you just can't buy in shops anymore, so get on the websites and have a look. Right, we'll have a quick look around the pits. I'm not going to show all the carts like I did on the first one, but we'll have a look at the new ones if I can spot them all. Some of them got paint jobs, some of them are just new drivers in them. So we're going to start and have a walk. Gamble Motorsports, get all your race gear there. Got everything you'll need. Fucking hell, it's a lot of walking. I'm worn out here before the meeting's even started. Hat's not straight. I've got the right angle high up so you don't get double chin. Right, that's heat one done on the new shale tyre for seniors. The track is really dry and it is super bouncy really. It's not the best conditions. There's quite a lot of plugins being changed. Obviously the plug-in bearings are gone. Down here, plug-in bearings. Carlos, plug-in bearings. And other lot. I've not checked mine yet. I've not checked mine yet, but there's a lot of plug-in bearings gone. So there's a lot of work going on around the pits. Hopefully mine's right. It looks alright. So, shale tyre, what do we say? To be honest, the track's not really suiting it at the minute. It's bone dry. Didn't slide whatsoever. No sliding. It was like super grippy tyre. But there's bouncing. Really, it could probably do with water and probably more shale. They said they put some more shale on it. So we'll see how it goes the rest of the meeting, but at the minute it's well, it's really grippy. But we'll see. Really needs to be wet conditions with a lot of shale just to test it, see how it goes. But anyway, result wise I came 8th, so I'm taking that. It's a good result. There was no yellow flags. Managed to keep going, came 8th. Chain stayed on, thank God, after last year of coming off in 2 of the heats. So that's all right. Carl didn't have much luck in that one. I think he was getting held up by someone and ended up coming in 16th. He's not loving the tyre at the moment, but we'll see how it goes in heat 2. Maybe it'll be a bit better. Looking at the tyre, it hasn't even took the bubbles off. Still bubbly. Bubbly, bubbly, bubbly. So after having a check, mine has also done the bearings, broke them. So they'll fall a bit. It's too much play in the wheel, messes with your weights and handling and everything. So need to keep on top of them. Right, we're repaired. We're all repaired, and because it was bouncy, I thought I'd have a mess about with the pressures. Because to be honest, I put the new tyre on, had no idea what effect it'd have, so didn't bother weighing it before it come. Just put on tyres what I thought, and then thought I'd see how it goes on heat 1, which it went alright. It's just bouncy. So I've let £2 out of each tyre, with the hope that it may take up the bounces a bit better with the tyre not quite as hard. But we'll see what it does, and I'll report back, and then you'll all know if it's better or worse. Well then, that's heat 2 done for us. So we got a bit of water on the track that time, but it's quite hot, so it dried out quite quick. But we could slide into the corners, quite nice, a little drift into the corners on the wet. So with a lot of water on the track, shale tyre is really good. You can get a good slide in and get a bit of drive out, so I like it with a bit of water. But what went again? Any guesses? Shall I give you 3? I don't think you'll need them. Probably need 1. Yes, plug-in bearing again on mine. I've already changed it, so cart's ready to go. Carl's changed his. He's doing something in the back of his. Don't know what. Let's have a spin round. There they are. Don't know what he's doing. I'm going to have a look. Oh, petrol. What do you think of that one? Bit of water on it. Better? Better a bit. Could have done with another load of water on it. Still not overly impressed at the minute with the shale tyre. No. Oh dear. There you have it. It's a thumbs down from Carl at the moment. I'll go either way, to be honest. I'm not fussed. I like that you can get a bit of drive out the corners on the loose. There's not much loose here, but even when it's a bit wet, you get a bit of drive coming out. Whereas before, when you come out of the corners, you sort of, if you kept it flat, you'd slide out and sort of pull you towards the fence. So I suppose it stopped that. But you can get a good line around the outside. It's just too risky, I think, because people on the inside come out and can put you up the fence. So I think you just got to go a bit tighter. So yeah, old positions. Of course, how could I forget the positions? So Carl had a good run in that one, and he ended up in 4th place, which is really good. There's no yellows. There's no yellows in heat 1 actually either, so that's good going. 4th, and I finished in 7th. I was on the back of the pack, just in front, but just couldn't get them. Everyone's on pretty good pace, to be fair. I had some good battles, so yeah, some good racing actually, although a bit bouncy still. Well, it's more bouncy, to be honest. God knows how my chain stays on in that one. She was going out, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the wing. What happens when you chain goes on. It's the worst sound you can possibly have in a stock car. But yeah. Right, it's day 2. Didn't film the results last night for the final because it was really dark, and I had to rush to the burger van before it shut to get my burger and chips, which was quite nice actually. Very nice. Final then, very bouncy. You have to take your line, find a line what didn't have the big grooves, but even then it was hit and miss. I think one lap would get all right, and second lap not so good. But got a lot of air time, but amazingly my chain stayed on somehow. God knows how. Carl took a whack into one of the corners from someone behind, and his chain came off. There was a lot of other people's chains come off as well. It was a bit of a car park on a couple of the bends, but I managed to come home in 5th. So yeah, happy with that, very happy considering the conditions and stuff. There was a yellow flag which helped. So obviously Carl was a DNF. And I did say to people when I come off, I said, if my plug-in bearing ain't gone this time, I'll eat my hat. And guess what? Yes, plug-in bearing's gone again, and Carl's. So, nightmare. Never mind. We'll have a look today. They worked on the track last night, so hopefully it'll be a bit better, but we'll see after heat 1. Shale tyre wise, it's alright. So when the track's wet, it's good. In the dry, I think it's a bit too grippy, and you don't slide at all. So don't know whether that helps with the bouncing or not, but we'll see. If they wet the track a bit more today, which they said they're going to, hopefully it'll be better, so we'll see. But I'll have a look round and I'll go and ask some of the drivers, the seniors, what they think of the shale tyre.
Hello.
What do you think of the new shale tyre?
Well, if I'd got on all right with the car, mate, I'll let you know. But yeah, it's grippy, very grippy. So yeah, didn't really find out really.
It's still on the fence.
Yeah.
What do you think about the shale tyre, the new shale tyre?
Not too bad. Not as bad as I thought originally. But there's not a lot of shale on the track, so I think Mildenhall and Odsa will probably be the telltale to see whether it's actually enjoyable or not. But, yeah,
right.
Can't complain too much.
Oh, you've done well.
Yeah, gone well. So yeah, I shouldn't moan too much.
Well, that's where you did alright. What do you think of it?
I don't mind it. Just chuck it in. Yeah, there's a lot more grip with it in the wet. And like you said earlier, you can power out with the new tyre and not get lost in all the crap lights. So I think it's a benefit really. So see how we go. See how today goes.
What do you think of the new shale tyre then?
I think my personal view is, for me, no, I'm not putting thumbs down, Carl, that's not very friendly. For me, for my car and my style of driving, I would say it makes it very stable. So there's lots of grip going in, but if they put lots of water down, then it just spins up exactly the same as the old tyre. So I don't think it's necessarily for when they've just watered the track, it doesn't do any, it makes no difference whatsoever. But I do think that on a sort of track like it is at the moment, I think it'll do very well. That's my personal view.
So it's a thumbs up.
It's a thumbs up.
That's heat 1 done. There's a long wait to heat 1 because there's a lot of formulas on today, but we're done. Heat 1. It was track was a lot better, to be honest, than last night, so a bit smoother. But I did alright. Did well in that one. I came off 4th. It's a very good result. With no yellows as well. So Carl didn't finish. He got caught up with another driver. I'm not sure if his chain came off, I think. There's quite a few again with chains off and parked up. So yeah, lucky to get round and get finished, I think. But good points again. So we'll try again in heat 2 and see how it goes. And hopefully Carl will have an improvement with a bit of luck. I'm not going to ask him what he thinks of the tyre today at the moment, because I know the answer. He's not happy. But we'll have a look after heat 2 anyway. Right, that's heat 2 finished. Track was good actually. I think the inside was bumpy, but the outside line was perfect. Here's which I took. Said that a bit weird. That's the line which I took. There we go. And fine, there's some yellow flags in that one. It was absolute carnage, to be honest. Apparently there was 26 carts to start the race and only 6 finished. I was one of those finishers, and I finished first win of the year, so well happy with that. See, I don't mind this tyre. I think it's all right. Carl's saying the opposite. I think it's all right. Can't complain now. Carl, good race as well. I see him behind me, finishing 2nd. So Nunn 1-2, which is always a good thing. We like those. So just the final left now, so we'll see how that goes. put my pressures back up today to 20. So I thought I was going to wet it a bit. To be honest, I don't know if I noticed the difference yesterday, putting them to 18. Couldn't really tell because it was quite bumpy. But I put them back up to 20 because I thought I was going to wet it to give it a bit more grip. But it's been a little bit wet, but not wet. But it's been going alright, so yeah, leave them all at 20. So excellent news for us. So then we'll just see what happens in the final now. Hopefully a good finish, no damage would be nice. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Finals finished. Finished the final. I say it every race, after every race, it was a hard race. There's no yellow flags in that one, so hard to get through. And Carl had a big crash in that one with 1 lap to go as well. I think someone spun. I went into the last corner with someone behind me. They was going to give me a nudge, and a person behind them went up the inside of them and spun. I think it caught Carl, spun him out. And another car come flat out around the outside and literally flat out T-boned him over the back wheel. I'll quickly show you the damage. So he was a DNF. I finished 4th, so very, very happy with that. Brilliant weekend for me. Not so good for Carl. Let's have a quick butchers at the damage. So it snapped the bearing there because it took a hit the other side. It's knocked the axle straight across. Snapped all the nerve. Well, don't know how this happened. New paintwork bloody scratched. But looks like it hasn't done any chassis damage, and that is the only good thing to come out of it. That's how it goes sometimes, I'm afraid, but I'm alright. I'll probably looks alright, looks in good nick. So then, let's have a look at the winners. So in the juniors on the Saturday, we've got Heat 1 winner Oliver Heron, Heat 2 winner Henry Cooper. In the junior final, it was first Oliver Heron, second Kai Pillage, and third Alfie Slatter. Good race from the juniors all day. In the seniors, Heat 1 was Rob Key Sr. Heat 2, he done the double, Rob Key Sr. And in the final was first Matthew Lloyd, second Luke Webb, and third Mark Osborne. So moving on to the Sunday, Heat 1 winner in the juniors was Jack Teal. Heat 2 winner was Alfie Allen. In the final, it saw first Alfie Allen, second Oliver Heron, and a third for Jack Teal. And in the seniors on the Sunday, it was Heat 1 win for Mark Osborne, Heat 2 win for the Danny Nunn. Oh yes. And in the final, first Matthew Lloyd, second Ellis Rogers, and third Rob Key Sr. Got to somehow get Carl's car in the trailer now. I've probably got bearings gone. I wouldn't mind putting money on it. So Carl's making some adjustments now, so I probably should help him really instead of videoing. Is it what's shale tyre like? I better not though. They'll be swearing, so I'm gonna.
Nothing good to say, so it's best to say nothing.
There you have it. There you have it, race fans. So I'll leave that for now, and I'll catch you all later. I don't know if he'll do a keep it real, keep it stocks carts. I can try it. That's it from Northampton. So keep it real.
Keep it stocks carts.